I get this question from quite a lot of people on behalf of their friends and siblings, so I thought it best to make a video. The question was that if I want to do engineering at Imperial or a top UK university, what A-levels should I pick? Which ones are good ideas, which ones might not be so great, and what would I have done if I could do it again? Let's start with what I chose. I chose maths, further maths, physics and chemistry. My sixth form recommended you took 3, unless you were particularly ambitious and wanted to go to these top universities. So you could take 4 and you had the option to drop 1 in your second year of A-levels. Maths is really self-explanatory, so I'll start there. It's essentially a prerequisite to study engineering at any top university. As well as that, it develops your problem solving and methodical thinking skills, which is vital to study engineering anywhere. As for further maths, I was in the position where I had done additional maths as a GCSE, so it meant that when I came to do the regular maths content in my year 12 studies, it was much easier than what I was expecting. So I took further maths as a kind of extra challenge. Having taken it as a challenge, I was actually considering dropping it after my first year of A-levels and taking the AS qualification. However, I would say that it was the most useful subject I could have done for university in my first year. I'd say this because it made my first year of studies much more tolerable, so I could work on cooking food that I could actually eat, making new friends, getting used to my surroundings, rather than being overly stressed about the subjects that I was studying, especially at Imperial for computer engineering. I do have a point to raise. In my cohort at Imperial, I would say only half the students took further maths as an A-level, and I would suggest that if you have commitments outside your A-levels or you are struggling with doing 4 A-levels, then I would say that getting a strong 3 grades in the 3 A-levels that you're confident in is better than taking a 4th and doing maybe a grade worse in each of them. I'd say that you should be taking it if you want to attend the UK's top universities, but if there's things outside your control, commitments that you need to take care of, or you're struggling with doing 4 A-levels, I think dropping it is a valid choice as well. Another thing to note, I think in my personal, kind of social life at sixth form was impacted by doing 4 A-levels. I'd have friends saying, oh, what do you have now? I've got a free period. Gives them time to revise. Whilst I'd say, oh, I've got my second or third maths period of the day. And that is something that can become exhausting. So I think it's a good idea to start with 4 and take further maths and gauge from there whether or not you want to continue or you want time to be able to revise. In the same vein as maths, physics is kind of a prerequisite for any engineering degree. Other than at Imperial Design Engineering, this was an A-level that I didn't actually really want to take, but it's kind of bitter medicine. You kind of have to take it. It is a requirement. I would have rather done DT, but it is vital to take physics as opposed to anything else if you want to go into engineering rather than something like computer science. Chemistry was something that I took just because I was interested in it and I was pretty confident that I could get a good grade, but it was certainly the least relevant to when it comes to my university studies. It did make small appearances in topics like semiconductors at university, but I wouldn't say that it's vital for most facets of engineering. This 4th spot can be anything. Computing probably would have been more useful. I want to make the caveat here that when I was applying to university, I wasn't looking at applying to computer engineering specifically. I was applying more so to general engineering where it was available, other than at Imperial, where you were required to make a decision on what facet of engineering you wanted to do. It was only after I joined university that I was really, okay, computer engineering is what I want to do. And at that point, doing computing would have been more useful at A-level, just because you'll learn some of the foundational algorithms, data structures, and programming concepts that you otherwise would be introduced to for the first time at university. I hope that gives you a guide as to what subject I would choose to pursue engineering at a top university in the UK, why I would choose things, why I wouldn't choose things, as well as how useful they come in your time at university. As always, leave anything in the comments below. You might have suggestions for A-levels, your personal experiences as to how these A-levels helped you at university. Leave a like and subscribe.